Hello, hello. Well, back. I'm just gonna wait here first. Good going. Good going indeed. My YouTube thing should show that the bot's online. It's strange that it didn't. Unless it's... Huh. That is strange. Is my bot running? Oh, there it goes. Okay, never mind. All right, well, let's pick up where we left off. I think I have an outstanding commit here about checking in town perk choice stuff. Yeah. Should we get this working for everything first? Maybe. Yeah, maybe. What's this stuff? Yeah, I see. This fixes the problem with the customer system. I wonder if I should just check that in on its own. Maybe I should. Yeah, let's do that. Fix problem with infinite customers. Why did this happen? It wasn't actually infinite. It was like 2,500, which is basically infinite. That I'm not totally sure why it happened. Customer addition interval. Oh, because it's set to 0. Yeah, I see. We weren't setting customer addition interval when loading a challenge mode save file. So you would get so max customers would go up on every single frame. Hey, Galaxy Inferno, what are we finishing? We're finishing the save system, hopefully. I can't promise that we're finishing it, but yeah, so we had it working for the base game, and then challenge mode adds in a bunch of different things. So the perk choice trackers, the persistence data, and we've made some pretty good progress. And I think we can get through the rest of this today. So here's what I want to do in the next like 2.5 hours. Everything that's highlighted. So yeah, let's get to it. So this is done, this is done, this is done. Buildings are up next. Buildings just have town perk choice tracker. Buildings don't have anything special. So what do we do for this? Load from save data. I guess we... Wait, no, they can't, there can't be nothing. There needs to be a building ID here. What am I doing? I'm not looking at building perk choice. That's what I want to look at. This, yes, this is what I need. That we're already finishing the new playtest version was very shocking. No. Although we are getting closer to it. I don't know if you saw, let me show you something. So I was working on some of the meta perk categories, I think on Monday. And then off stream, I made a few more of them, or a few more meta perks. So if I click new game here and click perks, these are all the meta perks we have right now in challenge mode. So you'll be able to unlock any of these. And as you get more perk points, you'll get more and more of these and you'll get more powerful. So this is a decent selection already. And I think we can make some more interesting options and maybe some more depth here too. So I'm excited. But yeah, we're going to need a lot more content. A lot more content in the game. Okay, so perk save data. We're going to throw this in there. We need 3 more, right? So we need building. Building has a building ID. Pretty reasonable. Then we need adventure perk choice, I think. And it has an adventurer class. Oh yeah. Nice. Yeah, I remember you mentioning a vacation around the time that Flair was also mentioning a vacation. I guess yours is farther out. I don't remember if I asked you about it though. What are you going to be doing? If you don't mind sharing. If you do mind sharing, then don't worry about sharing. And the last one is battle perk choice. Yeah. This has an adventurer class. And this one's going to be more difficult because we also need to save a list of battle perks. God, maybe there's a better way of doing that. Battle perk choice or battle perk save data. Is it called battle perks? It's just called perks. Yeah, sure, whatever. It doesn't really matter. I do have a lot of chat commands. How many are there? 487, yeah. Okay, now this one in particular, we save an ID, and then we need to save its data. 3 weeks off, started on September 1st. Tomorrow we're flying to Turkey and to an all-inclusive resort. Oh, cool. Yeah, I was at a, I guess a get-together, essentially. It was a kid's birthday party for, I'm friends with the parents, of course. But we were at this birthday party and I was talking to someone and they're like, oh, we go to an all-inclusive resort in Turkey all the time. And they mentioned the name of it and I wrote it down. I think it has land in the name or world in the name, which kind of struck me as almost like sounding like an amusement park. But they said they loved it. It was great. So yeah, I really hope you enjoy it. The still needed pack part, I think as long as you have a packing list, I think it's pretty easy to do. Like I came up with a generic packing list. And then if I know I'm about to take a specific vacation, I usually make a specific list for that place. So let's say I know I'm going somewhere hot. I might be like, okay, let's bring, swim stuff or sunglasses or whatever. Although that's also in my generic packing list at this point. I just have some conditional parts of it. All right, so we need the ID. And then I think the only thing that inherits from Battle Perk right now directly is... Oh, no, there are two. There are two. Is athletics? Yeah, so we need an ID. Okay, well, let's save it all, I guess. Public class this. Public class single float battle perk save data colon that. So this just has a float. And then we have the skills battle perk, which has a dictionary. Okay, how do we do this? Dictionary. We got to pass it in and then set it here. Why did I do this? Couldn't I have just set this to be null like that? Huh, interesting. I think I could have. I don't know why I didn't. It would have simplified quite a lot. I normally pack quite well, and I have a list in my head, but I always pack too many clothes because the girl needs options. Yeah, I can't say I care that much for myself. Write its code or make an interface. Intentionally blank. Couldn't we just make this abstract? And then is it allowed to be... No, it's not allowed to be blank that way. Now, what's the problem with this still? Remove it, write its code, or make an interface. Can I just suppress this, I guess? Nah, whatever. Okay. Well, same thing with this. I guess this can be abstract. And then we do one of these. Why doesn't this look that way? Now it does. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. All right, now we go code all of this stuff, right? right now my bags. I learned you can do a lot without having anything unless you go somewhere truly remote. Yeah, sometimes if I know I'm going to go to, let's say I was taking a vacation to San Francisco, I'd be like, so what if I don't have something? We're in the middle of a city, right? I'll just get whatever I need. But then yeah, other times I'm like, okay, I know I'm going to be out in the middle of nowhere. But yeah, traveling a lot for work, that would be very, very bad for me. I do not like traveling in general. All right, so now we put these things in. So this is going to be building perk, adventurer perk, and battle perk. Now we got to change all these. Building, adventurer, battle. Okay, cool. So there's that stuff. Now we need battle perks to be the same way. So if this is battle perk save data, so that's not even the base. Oh, it is the base class. Set up battle perk. Hey, Darkstorm, how you doing? Remember Southwest fiasco during Christmas a few years ago? Girlfriend and I were in the dead middle of that. It was about a week before we finally got our bags. I don't remember that, but that sounds very frustrating. All right, so what do we do here? These are derived types. Yeah, so I put these two things in. Single float. And then the other one is going to be skills. All right. Now we just go code a bunch of stuff. Story of my life, right? Shouldn't something need to load these? Or else won't this be impossible? Yes, it will be impossible. Thank me for asking me. Building perk tracker. Is this before or after the override? Before. Okay. So this is going to be building perk choice tracker save data. That doesn't even exist, does it? Please tell me it does. Ah, it doesn't. Oh man. All right, fine. What is in here? This had reroll tokens, number of trade-offs, and this has nothing. But we still need something to be here, I guess. And I never added that. Did I put this in the JSON type resolver? I didn't because it doesn't inherit from something. Okay. Spent all 3 or 4 days being stuck in an airport or hotel all day on Christmas. We were stuck in Austin. Man, what caused it? Was it was it the Microsoft outage? Or not Microsoft. There was some company that they had a kernel mode driver or something went wrong. Is that what it was? CrowdStrike, not that. Okay. Never mind. Yeah, I was gonna say I think CrowdStrike was not a few years ago. I think it was more recent, but I don't even remember now. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I'm curious. I've heard of a lot of friends traveling around this time of year, and most of them are traveling from the US, and a lot of them are running into delays and cancellations. It's a shame. Got stuck for a day because of CrowdStrike. Yeah. I imagine a lot of people got stuck. Man. All right, so I got to go make this, but this one in particular is, what are we going to have here? We're going to have base data. What is the base data? Okay, yeah, sure. Need base data, and then we need specific perks. No, it's pretty much just the base data, isn't it? I think so. This is not a thing, is it? No, you can't do this. You gotta do it this way. Whew, okay. I really hope this works. And I hope to never have to touch this stuff again. This is why I'm so glad I didn't touch this stuff originally. I wanted to just be able to move fast. And this is allowing me to move fast. Back again? Is this regular work schedule? Yeah, I tend to do a morning stream and an afternoon stream. The times I roughly quote are 9 to 12 and 1 to 4. It's currently 1:30, and I've had the stream online for 16 minutes. So technically I started at 1:13. See, I don't try to stick too closely to what I exactly say the schedule is. I actually try to start at 8:30 every day and then just come back an hour after lunch. But today I took a shorter lunchtime. I started watching Inside Man again. Seen that movie 2 or 3 times. What did it get on IMDb? Inside Man. 7.6 out of 10. That's pretty good. There's a scene in this movie, and this is not a spoiler at all, that a character is talking to another character. They're sitting at a table, and one of the characters coughs very loudly. And for whatever reason, they weren't like, let's reshoot that take. Yeah, you coughed in the middle of the take. They're just like, yep, we're just going to keep going. We're going to leave that in the final movie. And the reason I said it's a character talking to another character at a table is like, it doesn't cost a lot of money to reshoot that scene. It's not like, oh my God, 4 cars had to explode in the background and they were running and jumping and whatever else. And like a character coughed. I'd be like, yeah, leave that in. Fine. But they're just having a normal conversation. He just is like, it just stands out so much to me. Okay, so now we need this for the battle perk thing. I hope there's nothing special about this. Apparently there isn't. Huh. Why do we even do this then? Why don't we just get the save data? Oh, I should have renamed this. This should have said Adventurer Perk Choice Tracker. And this one should say Battle. Maybe it was an exceptionally creative cough. Yes, I did not think of that. This is building. Oh, I gotta back up a step. We gotta do this, don't we? This doesn't even exist. It's just perk choice tracker save data. And then adventurer, and then battle. Okay, so now we go to the town and we fix this stuff. So building. Why is this a problem? No definition found? Are you kidding me? Is it buildings? It's not. It just doesn't exist. Battle, building. Oh, it's called build perk. Okay, well, at least it's there. And now I want adventurer. Delete that, put that in, and then the final one is going to be battle. All right, now when you load, we got to load all those things. I guess if this one's not null, then all of them should exist. Building, it's called build. I keep forgetting. Load from save data. Yeah, nice. So, well, not nice. That didn't exactly do what I wanted it to do. Didn't keep the town one. Are the rest of these fine? Why are they yellow? Possible null reference. Yeah, whatever. If we have one of these, we have all of them. All right, now what am I missing? Do the loading things work for this? Perk choice tracker. No. No, it doesn't. So we need to go override this for all of these now too. Okay, well, I don't think that should be hard. Wait, why is this? There's no base class here. Man. So what, we have to make this virtual? What do you think about this? This doesn't happen to use different types, but it could in the future. Hey, wait a second. Do we have a way in the base class of making a special perk? Choose, load, update. No. Well, that sure would be nice. Yeah, it's fine. So I guess we are going to make this virtual. Only override this if there isn't a more specific version of the save data. For town perk choice tracker, we have save data. So we can't just override this. And then this should work, yep. And this should work, yep. Okay, so what we have to do is we got to populate the perks. This is going to be override. This is going to just be perk choice. Save data. Is going to be battle perk choice save data. Perk choice save data in save data.perk choices. Hey Kevin, how you doing? I found a funky bug in max size container. The repro was basically like just run the game. And then some of the time Godot would crash. And the reason why is because it entered an infinite recursion of calling update margins basically. So I found some code in there. Max size container. There's code that was never called in here. Where is it? Here, on container resized. This isn't used in the entire code base. And I think we meant to use this pretty much everywhere that we call update margins, because it has code to make sure that we avoid an infinite loop. But it's been this way for 7 months. I'm not sure why it's starting to crash now. Maybe because I'm using a max size container on the title screen through challenge mode stuff. I'm not sure. Anyway, should be fixed now, at least in my branch. All right, this is going to be new building perk choice. Perk choice, building ID. Why is this not... Why is this red? Perk choice save data. It's battle. Oh, battle. I typed battle, not building. Okay, there. That works. Okay, so there's that one. Next up is adventure. Adventure should be really easy. We put this right above update. There we go. And then instead of building, we just change this to adventurer. And instead of that, we do that. And now why is adventure ID not here? What is adventure class? Yeah, sure. And the town doesn't exist? Hold your horses. Hold all of the horses. The town does exist. It says there's no... Oh, you don't need the town. Okay, sure. Now what do you need? Adventure battle perks? Oh, God. Nothing's ever easy. I got to figure out what we're doing about that. Wonder who added that function and why. I'm just wondering, why did it break all of a sudden? But anyway, it's not a big deal. By the way, the way I found out is because I ran Godot. I don't have this open anymore, do I? I ran Godot from the command line so that I could see the call stack. No, I can't scroll back that far. But anyway, yeah, it just spewed all of it into the terminal. Anyway, how's everything going for you, Kevin? Okay, so we got to save this. Save and load this. Make sure when loading that adventurer stats are correct. Oh, that'll be fun. All right, I don't know where we left off here because this is just a lot to track. I didn't even code battle perks. Okay, well then that's what we need to do. So as far as the battle perk choice tracker, there's nothing special about it. So we're just going to make all of these things. Also, we may need to load these in order. If you have an outstanding choice for a battle perk. Wait, is that how that works? If you have an outstanding choice for an adventurer, it should show you how many battle perks you've already chosen for them. Glad I had the wherewithal to just remember that right now. All right, so this is all battle perk stuff, right? Battle perk choice. What does that take in? An adventurer class and a list of perks? A list of perks can't just be hydrated like this though, right? Because we need to create the correct one. How do we even do that? All battle perks? That's not a thing. I don't know how you do this. Yeah, I don't know how you do this. Oh, man. There's a create instance thing in here. Generate choices. Generate battle perk. Is there just a construct function in here? No, of course not. Oh, because we clone them? Oh my God, is that really how this works? No, these are types. What? How? What? So confused here. Generate battle perk. Here it is. Create instance. Okay, so we're going to have to call that. This keeps getting longer. Going good. Officially on call as of this morning. Only got paged 3 times so far. Did you really get paged 3 times already? Because if so, that doesn't bode well for your sleep schedule. Oh, man. Yeah. That's rough. I was only on call, I think, twice in my last job. And I think both times the actual on call wasn't so bad, but I needed to carry a laptop with me everywhere. And I didn't like doing that. I think on call makes it so that it's much harder to detach from work. It's like you always need to think about, how would I get this work done if I need to? How am I going to hear my phone to wake me at 3 in the morning if there's an issue? So we need to call generate battle perk. I kind of just don't want to do this for right now, but we have to. So this takes in a list of perks. And then the perks themselves come from here. Okay, so to do hydrate battle perks by using some variant of generate battle perk. Okay. All right. Well, let's try it out, I guess. I probably forgot something. I almost certainly forgot something. What's this problem? Oh, you can't do this anymore? Where is this called from? Challenge mode, save data. This doesn't have anything in it. It should just be abstract now, I guess. Is this valid? The abstract property cannot be marked as virtual. Oh yeah, of course. All right, does that work? No, that doesn't work because now this doesn't override it. None of these things do. What is this supposed to do? Does not implement abstract member. It save data. Challenge mode perk choice. Did I do this for anything? Oh, there it is. Public override get. So I should only have 3 errors here. Why do I have 4? Adventure, battle, building. Oh, trade-off. I forgot about those. Most alarms have been going off. Only page during business hours and for sure before 9 p.m. Oh, okay. Okay, that's better. I don't mind having, if I'm going to be at work, like, oh, it'll randomize me from time to time. And ideally, every time someone gets paged, it's like a, hey, here's a way we can improve the system in the future so that this won't result in a page. I guess there are some just real events that happen. And if there are enough of those real events, there's nothing you can do about it. It's like if you have a fire started at a place every minute, then the fire department's going to be called because there's an actual fire there. It's like you can't do anything about that. I guess maybe you could try to make the place a little bit more flame resistant. Equip a ruby necklace to your apartment. All right, so none of these have been implemented. And I don't have this anywhere, so we got to go get this. All right, well, thankfully, 3 of these should be pretty easy. So this is going to be adventurer perk choice save data. And we take in the adventurer class equals adventurer class. Cool. Next up is battle perk. Again, should be pretty simple. This is not correct. First of all, this is called perks, I believe. And then this won't work because we need to serialize these. How do we do that? Like battle perk needs a get save data in here. Yuck, 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 yuck. Hunt for the arsonist. Turns out the arsonist is one of those lucky cats just waving up and down. And it's causing sparks. They arrest the cat. Looks like your luck has run out. I'm basically writing a kid's cartoon as we speak. Arson's a good topic for kids' cartoons, right? Turns out to be you as an earlier commit. Did I code the lucky cat? So a battle perk needs save data here too? Man, this is a mess. I guess we go make an abstract thing there. Oh, I don't like this. I just don't like it. So this is going to be battle perk save data. Do we have this? Okay, no, I already did this. Okay, not too bad. Not too bad. So now I just got to go code another 10 functions. There's probably a better way to do this. Because, yeah, this is kind of annoying. All right, we got to go copy this. So I got one of these working. It's for battle perks. No, I did not do that. Did I? What? Shouldn't I have gotten it working for one of these? Adventurer. Yes, adventurer. I got it working for adventurer. Next up is battle. And we put this right below the class and above the functions. All right, so we go through each perk and we do p.save data. Okay. Last person before we got paged around 30 times. Person before that over 50. Well, hopefully it is trending downward, and that's not just a coincidence. Because getting paged 50 times in a week is not good. Hey, Taka Taka. Hate on call with a fiery passion. Yeah, I did not like it. I would guess that not many people like being on call. At best, you look at it as a necessity, and you're like, well, this is part of my duty. But even if you're a doctor and you get paged and it's 3 a.m, it's like, okay, that's a pretty noble duty, but still, it interrupts your sleep. Are you operating at your highest level then? I just, it's tough. Okay, so battle perk choices are done. Building perk choices next. This is building, and then this stuff is just building ID. And then trade-off, what do we do for this? Generated ability, why? Why is everything so difficult? I don't think this is going to be easy. Oh, I didn't even think about these. We need to save each one of these with all of its data. There's a JSON property name here? What? Did I already code this? Why would I have even done this? I remember looking at this in the file or something like that. I just don't know why I did this. And I think it worked. Man. Still a lot to improve. We're making progress. That's good to hear. It really is. Because as weird as it sounds, I don't really think it's worth faulting a system for being bad. I think it's the owners of the system's job to improve it. And I actually like this a lot. Google had a blameless post-mortem culture where it was like, look, something might go wrong. Maybe someone deleted a database. Like, don't blame the person who deleted the database. Blame the system for allowing them to delete the database. And I think that's really, really important. Because then if you do something wrong, you hopefully don't feel bad about speaking up about it. Like, imagine if you did delete a database and you're like, I'm going to get fired. I'm going to get fired. I'm going to get fired. You might not mention that you deleted it. You might try to cover up your tracks or something. So yeah, there are a lot of bad things that could happen there. And then by reporting it early and by just focusing on fixing the system, you can get through the problem and make sure it doesn't happen again. This is like that saying, every sign has a story behind it. All right, so we got to make a way to save this trade-off perk choice. We don't even have save data for this, do we? We got to save the actual abilities. I don't even know how we do that. Maybe we could just try saving an ability. I don't think we do this anywhere. Also has that? Yeah, I think that's good. RG ability. Well, that's what I was thinking. This doesn't work. Although it works for ability component, doesn't it? Wait a second. Why didn't I see that? Because it's with an I. Wait a second. So then couldn't we just save? Wait, isn't it saved automatically? Because we put this into your... What do we do with this? When you get one of these, we put it into your player abilities, I think. Grant effect. Yeah, what does this do? Abilities component, add ability. And then when we show you your twist somewhere, what does that do? Twist history. How does this get populated? Trade-off perk choices. No. No. Okay, well, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? So let's get positive ability, negative ability, and then go make this class, I guess. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Ability, positive ability. It's technically a generated ability, right? And then there's a negative ability. I will be so impressed if any of this garbage works. Whoops. All right, so now we got to load that correctly. I guess let's search for this. The trackers themselves do this. So doesn't this mean... Is it... Oh, it's the town... Oh. Oh. The town perk choice tracker has these. It can't just load them all as town perk choice save data because it's not. Some of them are trade-offs. So we need to be able to detect which one is a trade-off and which one isn't. I don't have a way of doing that yet. Be able to load this. Where is it? Where'd that file go? Here it is. All right, so get this working for twists. The town perk choice tracker is what loads them. So it needs to be able to distinguish a perk from a twist. And who knows if it's going to work. All right, let's try running this. I think the basics should be working now. I say, as I am reminded that I never actually finished the work. Thankfully, this is easy to do. Yeah, battle perk has a save data here, and this is going to put this here. Override battle perk save data get with a new single float battle perk save data, and we pass in the value equals value. You ever have all this to-dos finished? At the very beginning of every project, yes. And then never again. Look, in my mind, this is not just software, but this is basically life. Like, are you ever done with everything in life? Are you ever like, there's nothing on my radar, nothing I could possibly do? Probably not, right? There's probably something. And even if it's not necessarily need to do things. It's some stuff you want to do. Like, oh, hey, I have a whatever. I'm going to play basketball this weekend. It's like, okay, well, then that's on your to-do list, basically. Whether or not you explicitly have a to-do list, still a task that is in your mind. And you might not look at it as a task. But I think with software especially, I think you will end up with a to-do list that's going to pretty much just grow forever. And it's all a matter of prioritizing correctly. I've totally done with life about 30 minutes after I start working. Even then you're already behind. Yeah. I mean, if I said this about life, then it's true even about the to-do list. But as far as a document goes, yes, I can make a new document and it's blank at first. And then I add in the to-do, make the rest of this list, and very rapidly fill that up. I really need one other one of these things, and it's in skills battle perk. Skills, IDs to levels. How is that even possible? It's because it's private set. Shouldn't be. Now what? Yeah, nice. Okay, now can we run it? This is like such a big quality of life thing I'm doing for who I don't even know. I don't know who's going to care about this. Okay, so we're going to click build. And remember this, farm and garbage slime. And we have 25 gold. So now I hit save. I quit. Farm and garbage slime. So now when I load this game, I should see 25 gold at the top. This should just say build, and it's got the farm and the garbage slime. Wow. Well, that's looking good. So now can we use it? Yep. Nice. And if I save this and load, Those are the garbage slime. Yeah, nice. All right, cool. Next up is Hired Adventurer. So let's click this one. Rogue and Mushy. Save and quit. So now we should have 0 gold. We should have the garbage slime, and we should see the Rogue and Mushy when we load. So click load. And we have 0 gold, garbage slime, and Rogue and Mushy. Yes. Nice. Nice. Okay, now things get difficult. Because I didn't actually save battle perks, did I? I actually don't even remember. Yeah, to do hydrate them. Okie dokie. What are we doing? Perk choice save data dot perks dot select something. And then to list it like that. So now we need to call generate battle perk. How does this work? We take in the town, the adventurer class, and the battle perk ID. This is going to create an instance, but then we're going to populate it with new data. I don't want to do that. I need, oh God, how am I going to do this? I need to restore, I probably need to do this like how we did with abilities. Oh man. Maybe we need battle perk itself to have all the polymorphism. The polymorphic type resolver. Because we have this for float and for skills. I think we need to do this like how we did it with the abilities. We go through each ability, we call create, we get its type, and we have some kind of ID for it. It feels like this would work. And then we just save abilities directly, right? Maybe I did kind of complicate this a little bit. So I think I want to copy paste this. This is battle perk save data. I want actual just battle perk. So this should probably say battle perk save data. And this should be setup battle perks. And it's going to look like setup abilities. Only here we don't have all the types just immediately defined. Because I don't have a way of creating these things. But the battle perk generator does. In fact, it's even right there. Yeah. So we would go through all of those values. Let's just make this public for a second. I'll put a to do here to make this private again. And then come over to here and go through each battle perk ID in battle perk choice generator dot this dot keys. Yeah. I guess let's just get the pair of stuff and then type. Why is that not working? Because of that. So now this is the type and this is the ID. This works. Ooh. All right. Now what? Now we hydrate these correctly inside of battle perk tracker. So this would just select them all, but now instead of being battle perk save data, it's actually just literally going to be battle perks. And then we don't select anything. We just do this. Cannot implicitly convert from a read-only list to a list. Sure. Okay. Let's have a run at this one. Cannot implicitly convert. This is not a thing we do anymore now. We just do perks. Hey, Karada. Happy save stuff. Thank you. Yeah, today's been quite the day. I've been very pleased with the progress and like we're solving decent puzzles here and everything. So now what we've got to test is can we save battle perks? Unfortunately, we don't even start with the ability to get battle perks. So first we need to build the farm so that we can get enough sludge so that we can actually get a perk. All right, so this I'm going to take a picture. We're not going to try memorizing this stuff. And we're going to save. And then quit. And now let's look at our save file. So we should have battle perk data here. Look at this. Look at this. Oh my God, if this actually works. All right, now we load. Remember, saving means nothing if you can't load it. So we click this button and then cross our fingers and then click battle perks. So it already looks broken right now. Yeah, it already did break. Sequence contains no elements. Where? Battle perk choice UI 60. Huh. Huh, indeed. Okay, where are you coming from? Load from save data. Perk choice tracker. Line 86. Bought perk. Huh. Doesn't sound good. No, that actually is fine. It's not chose perk. You did buy a perk. Kind of. Now we call update. Then we eventually get into here. Create perk choice. Choose battle perks panel tab. Line 30. We instantiate a UI that then takes in the choice. And what's the problem here? Sequence contains no elements. So the UI line 60 doesn't have an adventurer class? How is that possible? It's because the skills perk has one? Is there an adventurer class in here? Hey, Ramy. More wowie stuff. I don't know what to do. I'm not even certain. I guess let's put a breakpoint here and just restart this. Will you be my background noise for the night? I will. I will, Ramy. Hey, how was your trip to, you went to Portugal and Spain, right? Swoon. What is going on with this? It's not even. Oh, it's this. Oh my God. Oh, whoops. Okay, I was off by a line. I want to get to the bottom of this because I feel like all the other problems will be easier to solve once I'm done with this. So IDs to levels is blank. Skill perk. Oh, interesting. If a count is greater than 1, so it's actually 0. So we have a skill perk with no skills. I see. Yeah. Got to do lots of nice walking. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, I remember you talking about the long walk followed by the 5K. And then, but I didn't ask about the long walk part of it. 1,400 people are allowed there each day. Cool. Yeah, did you like the food? We need a detailed report. Also, I should probably move this camera. No, wait, not that far. Well, I could just move the green screen too. Okay, so there is an ID to level in here. I'm guessing this isn't getting loaded correctly, but I'm not totally sure why. Had a blast food-wise. skills. There's only the one skills thing that we have here. No, there are two of them. Wait, what? There are three of them? There weren't three skills in the picture, were there? Oh, there were. But they're not working. Ate all the tortilla and empanada. All of it. I kept joking with my wife before we traveled to Spain. I said, there's going to be news stories saying Hungry American is coming to visit. Hide your food stores. Prepare to hunker down. I didn't actually eat that much while I was there. All that walking does get you hungry. So we are saving this. Maybe because it's got a private set? I don't know. Yeah, because we don't have any keys that are loaded into this thing. Which maybe means we're not loading from the save file correctly. Let me take a look at Game Saver. Deserialize this. Let's put a breakpoint there. They were literally 0 when I went. All right, everyone. We got enough for 1,400 people on this island. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Raimi, slow down. What do you think you're doing there? It's supposed to be enough for a small army. All right, somewhere in here we should have battle perk choice stuff. Yeah. Perk choices. Here we go. This is all looking good so far. All right, so this one's broken. This one is very thoroughly broken, right? ID level 0, yeah. Why? Because it thinks it's a battle perk? Oh, wow. So it's not getting loaded as a correct thing. But then what happened to my polymorphism? Skills battle perk. Oh, wait. It's not for the battle perks themselves. Do they not have an ID? They should. Do I not know what I'm doing? It sure would seem that I don't know what I'm doing. All right, let's put a breakpoint here. We're going to figure this out. Hey, Cypher. Happy afternoon. Hideous time you folks decide to have food at. 2 p.m. is too late for lunch. 8:30 p.m. is too late for dinner. I had to ring up staff to open the door for me because it was literally closed. All right, there's dodge. I'm just going to keep clicking this until it says skills. Power. Skills. Okay, we're at skills. So now is there a type here? There is. It's a skills battle perk. What is wrong with this? God, this is so confusing. I don't get what's going wrong here. It's like it's loading without getting these set correctly. Does this need to be public? Okay, let's just make this public for a second. I don't know if that's the case, but it's the only thing I can think of right now. Can I path to this thing more easily? Challenge mode, save data, .town save data, .battle perk choice tracker. I don't know what it's called. What is it called? Battle perk choice tracker save data. All right, we're getting there. Now we go into perk choices 0. .perks. Does not contain a definition for perks. Why is it right there? What? Oh, wait, that worked? Oh my God, are you kidding me? Oh, hold on a second. That seriously worked? It got all the wrong numbers, but yeah. Look at that. You got Vampiric Bite, Crit, and Dog Spirit. Wow. So it needs to be public? There's got to be a way to work around that. By default, fields aren't serialized, but properties are. Either make a property or annotate with JSON include. It's being saved, but it's not being loaded. JSON saving property, but not loading because it's private. I know I can just make it public, but could I annotate it somehow and tell it to load it? By default, serializes public stuff. If you have public getters for private setters for your properties, and they'll be serialized but not deserialized. Easy ways to make it public, but of course this breaks the immutability. Just use JSON property. Okay, JSON property sounds pretty reasonable. All right. I should probably write that down. Note properties with public get, but private set will be serialized but not deserialized. If you want them to be deserialized, make the setter public or use JSON property. Hey, ABC. Okay, so how do we do this now? We go to battle perk, skill battle perk. We set this back to private. We add this in here. Oh, it's not a thing? Attribute cannot be found? What? There's order and there's name? What's that do? Initializes a new instance. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, indeed. What version of .NET is this for? Oh, it's Newtonsoft. No. I don't want Newtonsoft. Yeah. Yeah, I want the other one. And hey, Kimberly. So I wonder what you're supposed to do for system.text.json property not deserializing unless public. Won't deserialize to my type even though my constructor implements it. Is it just like JSON include? If it's just that, then this is pretty easy. Let's try it. I mean, it'll be very obvious if it's broken. And then the next thing we need to do is get them to rehydrate all the parameters of the single float perks, which I think I know how we can do. So I'm going to click this. As long as it doesn't break, I think we're fine. Yeah, I think we're fine now. Yeah, nice. Okay, cool. So JSON include. All right, so that answers that question. Now the next question we got to answer is why are these all 0? Are they being saved as zeros? No, they're being saved as not 0. So what am I doing wrong? Single float battle perk. Oh, there's a protected set right there. Well. We just JSON include those bad boys. Is this a high res image? Do we need to update this? This is like the lowest res of images. I wonder how many of the views are from this stream. Oh my God, look at that. Do the numbers all match? They should. I'd be surprised if they didn't. 9, 2, 5, 10, 9, 4, 5, 5, 5. Yeah. Okay, so now let's click hire on an adventurer. So this says a witch doctor is level 1. We're going to click this. They go to level 2. We're going to save and load, and it should still say they're level 2. It doesn't. So I was worried about that. That is a problem, but I have that written down right here. Yeah, this is broken. Makes it even better. Adds character. All right, so buildings are done. Adventures are done. What do we still have to do? Oh, trade-offs. I didn't even look at trade-offs. Get twist to work. Yeah. So difficult. Why is it so hard? Man. Okay, so I think we're not even using this anymore. If I just delete this, are we gonna have a problem here? We get save data and stuff, and I don't think we need this. What in the world is this substring method? Yeah, I'm guessing it's slicing everything from the beginning of the string. It's weird that they put... Oh, yeah, that is strange. Like, why would dot dot zero not work, I wonder? Because caret length, I would assume, would be the length from the end, which is just the starting index. But yeah, maybe I'm misunderstanding that. Anyway, I think we can delete this stuff. This is going to break everything. Oh, man. All right, so we don't have the save data there. Single flow, shouldn't that be a problem? Yeah, single flow battle perk. We delete this too. And then nothing should care about that. And we can go delete it from the save data as well. Yuck. Yuck is all I have to say. So we don't need this at all anymore? Which means we don't need this? How could this possibly work? Oh, because I had battle perks here. Oh. Oh. And then delete all of these things? Okay, well, it certainly makes things a little bit easier. So everything should just load the same way, right? Oh, did I buy the battle perk already? I did. Ugh. Fine, let's take a picture of this. So here's our reference image. And now we're going to save and we're going to load. And now I click battle perks and it should look exactly the same. Yes, it does. Okay, good. All right, so that answers that question. We didn't need those. I think we got to write down a note after all this stuff. Write a note that rather than having specific save data for everything, that it's much easier to just serialize the class itself. This is what we do for ability, for example. Okay, what's the next step that I have to do? Modify polymorphic data on this. Battle perks need their own serialization. Save and load adventure. Oh God, write this. What is this thing? It's a dictionary of battle perk data, which is a dictionary of IDs to battle perks. I mean, this should work fine. Can't we just JSON include this and call it a day? Oh man. I don't know. I don't know at all. All right, well, we're going to try it. Town save. Why is this failing now? Ambiguity between this and... Oh, is that because I... Yeah, no, that's... I know what I did wrong. All right, so we do this if is challenge mode. Then where does this come from? Here? And now when you go to save this... This is so difficult. Or no, now when you go to load this. We load this thing in too. Save data dot that. Possible null reference. Cool. Okay. What happens now? What happens now, you ask? Well, our witch doctor should be level 2. So if I just save this and quit and then... Oh, no, it won't work. Yeah, it won't work. I got to start a new file and reproduce this issue. Well, thankfully, it's not too hard to do. Oh, wait, it is hard to do because we need to be offered... we need to be offered the farm as the very first building. Or the pond, I guess. Hey, nice, we got it. All right, let's save so we don't mess this up. Now, what do? I guess I save like that. I get a battle perk, and then I click hire. And I need any of these to match. They don't, so I just load game and keep doing this until it matches. Archer, Cleric, Golem. Nope. Load. Paladin, Witch Doctor, Cleric. Hey, there's a Cleric. Okay, good. So now we click this, and then this should show level 2. But if we save and load, does it show level 2? It doesn't still. Okay, what's responsible for doing that? Probably just that. I bet that fixed it right there. But there's probably a better way of doing that rather than relying on the ordering. We could probably run through all of them and call update or something. I don't know what. Let's click continue. Does it show as level 2 now? No, it still doesn't. So that didn't even fix it. Okay, let's go figure that out. Update, adventure, update, battle perks button. Isn't there... I don't know where this happens, but something knows when you pick a battle perk that we need to update the adventurer perk choice tracker, or the UI at least. I don't know where that is though. Adventurer perk choice UI. Perk choice with adventurer UI. Is there a listener here? No. Update description though. Where's that called from? Maybe here. No, it's not that. There's no setter on that property. Wait, which property? Drat. Town adventurer battle perks. Aha. I think you're right about that. Yeah. Okay. Let's try this. So I can't just load from the save file. I got to make a new save file now because no, wait, no, I could. Wait. I hope I didn't mess that up. Let's click that. Wait, I think it was a combination of two things. I think I also need to load this in this order. There was one more. I don't remember the name. Okay, I'll have to take a look. Let's click load here. No, it's still not working. Okay, yeah. Let's go try to find this then. So update description. Let's go back to that. Update description. Gonna find it. Huh, that's weird. Perk descriptions are often based on what other perks you have. Yeah, this one. This needs to be called. Where's that called from? Chose any perk. Oh, it's only in choosing. Okay, so it doesn't happen automatically. I need to call this somewhere. I don't know where. Maybe we do... Oh, this is super risky if I do this. Town.loaded game from save. We could get this. Does this know if it's challenge mode? Buy perks panel tab. This isn't right. Buy perks panel tab. What? Change handlers. Why is any of this here? Doesn't sound good at all. I guess it's fine to have it. This tab won't even show up in most cases though. All right, yeah, fine. Town loaded game from save plus equal that. Chose any perk. When loading, challenge mode save, update all UIs. I don't know, whatever. All right, all we want to see is 2 instead of 1. Have we done it? If I load, I click the button. Still says 1. Oh, I'm gonna figure this out now. So let's set a breakpoint here and try running this again. And we'll be able to see, this should get called. I don't think that's going to be the problem here. So it should break in. Yep, there we go. All right, so we call chose any perk, which is going to update every tab. But how do we check this? Do we have access to the town? We have to, yes. Town.adventurer battle perks. Is this correct? Maybe it didn't save correctly. Oh, it's 0. What? Yeah, all this is set correctly. Uh-oh. Oh, we need a setter in addition to having Jason include? This is the thing that's not loading for some reason. Maybe I didn't Huh. Let's put a breakpoint there. And let's go load from our save file. This is 0. So this is our problem. This is loading as 0. But it's not actually 0, is it? So it's deserializing wrong, which means I don't know what that means. Oh, wait. Oh, maybe it means that the properties in here are wrong. Ah, I think this, yes, this is it. All right. I'm going to give a point to ABC. Yeah. Yeah. My bad. And we probably need that second property there too, right? Oh, that already has a public setter, but I think it's too risky. I think we should just put it there anyway, just in case we ever make it private. So now this will technically work, I think. Is it 0 still? It is still 0. What? What have I messed up? Oh, wow, that was fast. All right, take care, Amy. Hope you sleep well. Huh. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I think you need private set. Like it needs a setter or else this just won't even work. If so, that is nuts. Try the save again. I don't think the property name should change because it is saving correctly. It's just not loading correctly. And hopefully we still have the breakpoint where, no, we don't. I guess we can just check it here. Yeah, that fixed it. Okay, yeah, thank you. All right, so this is, I'm giving you another point. This is nuts. Like just absolutely nuts. So do I need this? I probably do. Or else I'm relying on ordering being correct. And I think that's a mistake. So I got to remember to write a note. Please somebody remind me if I forget. I'm going to hopefully do this in the next like 20 seconds. But I also need to remember to do this. So no, this is still 2. Just chose any perk getting hit. Load. No, it's just coincidence. All right, let me before I forget, write note about how an explicit setter is needed with Jason include even if it's private. Okay, but back to this for a second. So chose any perk is not being hit here. What's happening though? We're loading. Oh, because we're loading this. Okay, so if I loaded this out of order, now it'll go back to being 1. This is all academic exercise to make sure I understand everything that's happening here. This has nothing to do with Jason at this point. This has to do with me loading things in the right order. I think I know what's going on. So now it should show 1, I'm pretty sure. Yes. But then if I put this code back in, Now it goes back to showing 2 and the order doesn't matter what I loaded in. Please show 2. Please show 2. I don't want to do this a bunch of times. Good. Okay, now we put a little write a note there about why we did that. So that the order that we loaded them in the first place, their load order doesn't matter. There you go. Man celebrated the day turned 1 into 2. As did man in our actual timeline, because it represented the first doubling. And from there, stock prices could only go up. Okay, so no, properties with public int but private set will be serialized but not deserialized. If you want them to deserialize, make the setter public or annotated with JSON include. So this isn't totally accurate now. Properties with no setter or a non-public setter will be serialized, will not be deserialized. Make sure a setter exists and is either public or is annotated with JSON include. So to be clear, if you have a property like int foo public int foo get private set, it will be serialized but not deserialized. Same thing with int foo get. Yeah. You can have anything inside. Yeah. Find it a bit crazy that deserializer just goes, this doesn't have a setter. Oh, well, good luck. Well, the reason you might want that is because maybe this class isn't responsible for reading that data. Like you want to save all of these things, but then some other, I don't know, you're just saving it for metrics or something, and these are going to get reconstructed this time or yeah, whatever. Suppressed read only. It has a public setter. Yeah, we should have used JSON include then. What app am I using for taking notes in? It's Obsidian. Okay, so what are we doing now? Well, first of all, put this back up here. Second, hydrate battle perks are now done. This is so much easier. So much easier. And in fact, we don't even need this here. We can just put this like this. And then delete that and that. All right, so where do we leave off? This is done. Oops. All right, make sure when loading that the adventure stats are correct. Okay, that I didn't do. I don't even know what they should be though, because I didn't pay attention. Did I take a picture? No, this is an old picture. All right, well, I guess it's not that hard to just make a new one, is it? Let's continue. And we don't even need to make a new one. We could just get another battle perk and eventually find one for the rogue. Where's the rogue? There, right there. Okay, so here are the numbers. Let's copy that. And we got to make sure that we're doing this correctly. So we're going to take a picture and save this over here. And we're going to take a picture of this and save that over there. And then we're going to click choose. And then we're going to take a picture of this is all I needed a picture of. I don't know why I did the other stuff. The rest of this was pointless. But I guess we can make sure that the numbers add up to be correct. So let's go take a look. So we were at 150 plus 7. Yep. And then 14 plus 5. Yep. And 0 plus 12. And 5% chance to dodge. 0 plus 5. Yeah. Okay, cool. So here are all the numbers. We're just going to save this and then load. I'm gonna quit the game first, just in case. Now we load and we should see all the exact same numbers. We don't. Why? I know why. I think I know why. I think it's because when you choose one of these things, where do you even choose one of these? Battle choice. Why are there 2 of these files? Battle perk choice. Okay, I see. I don't know what even does this. Battle panel? Choose battle perks panel? Grant effect from perk. Here it is. Okay, so the adventurer needs to call reflect skills and reflect stat bonuses. But we don't do that. Oh, man. So we got to go through every adventurer and do this. Yuck. Yeah, yuck. Okay, well, doing this is not that difficult. It's figuring out where I want to do it from. That's going to be a little bit harder. So let's see. We got to call this on every adventurer. What should be responsible for doing that? Do we do any stat computation stuff in here? No. All right, let's just copy paste the whole thing. And search for stat. Yeah, nothing's there. Okay. Well, any factory. I guess we're doing this for the sake of the UI. There's UI load from save data. That should probably do it. Load from save data. Yeah, and what's responsible for this code? Where did I even put the code? Stat computations, that's it. But then don't we need to update the adventurer panel tab? Hey, Leap Year Girl, how you doing? Adventurer panel tab. Oh, also, yeah, that serializer thing. I should probably write that down, huh? Game saver, serialize options. I guess by default, it's not gonna deserialize. Yeah, whatever. All right, go back to this. Do we have any like loaded? Yeah, we have it right here. I'll load a game from save. Where is this called from? Loaded game from save. Okay, perfect. Yeah, we just call this here, right? Although technically it should be done before that. It's like after we've done everything that we load that involves stats, which I guess is just this stuff. But the treasure room might have it too. How did this ever work? This was probably broken then. I bet this was broken. Huh. Yeah, hold on a second. This probably never worked. I am making a lot of progress. This has been a great day. All right, we got to test something though. So let's click continue game. I need to have the treasure chest stuff. So let's go get that. And then we need any adventurer's treasure chest. So what do we have here? Witch Doctor. Sounds great. In fact, let's get them both. Witch Doctor and Cleric. So there are the items. Let's speed this up. It'll grant their stats. So now the Witch Doctor, there you are, level 2, and the Cleric level 2. So now we save and we load, and they're not going to show us level 2 anymore? They do. What? How is that working? What? Where's that coming from? I don't know where that is. Guild supplies? Is there a load function here? No. Game constants, power bonus from guild supplies. Get adventurer. Oh, the scene items tracker has this? Oh my God, this is nuts. Nuts. So it's just from the scene items tracker. This has guild supply stuff in it? No. I don't know what's going on. Get adventurer item count. Oh, processed items tracker. Oh, they're the same structure of name. Okay, I understand. Okay, so then we must load this from somewhere, right? Processed items tracker. Where are you? There's the scene items tracker. There it is. Processed items tracker. Okay. What are all these words? I don't I think I've forgotten the ability to comprehend language anymore. That's quite the word. Wait, could I even try to figure out what this is supposed to be in English? No. No, I know you said the Polish version. I am curious though. What is this particular word? Member? Wow. What a crazy word. It's like 10 different words inside of one. This can also be controlled via this. And this is that. Cool. Thank you. All right, well, I've only kind of answered my questions here. I guess what we need to do is at some point after you've loaded pretty much everything, we want to reflect all of the adventurer's stats. So like stat computations dot, maybe we even have a function for this already. I'll just say foo for right now. Do we have a function for this? Reflect skills for adventurer. Reflect stats for adventurer. We don't have this to run for everything. Where do we call this from? Oh, this does it right from the town? Huh, interesting. Add adventurer does it? Oh my God. Oh my God. All right, so we just need to load this stuff sooner. That's the only problem. Oh man, what a mess. All right, so add adventurer. I wonder if any of this will even work. It should. Where's the adventurer stuff? Should be some entity thing here. I don't even see it. There it is. Wait, what? All right. Color me confused. Create adventurers right here. There's town.addAdventurer, town.addAdventurer. Checks if we're in challenge mode and then does this stuff. So what, this isn't being called? So I gotta go into challenge mode. I guess I need to restart the whole thing actually. I need to go into challenge mode and I need to just click the load button. And we should see the stats. Is it challenge mode? It is. Unlock all abilities. Oh, there's no reflect stats. There's just reflect skills. Oh no, there's reflect stats. Wait, so then the stats have to be wrong. Right. What is happening? I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. And we're gonna do it very soon. We load Adventurer Battle Perks first, which is where we store this stuff. So now if I look into this, we should see something for the Rogue here. Rogue, there you are. What do you have? Perk chosen. You don't have a perk. Oh, well, isn't that quite the problem? So this, wait, they're all empty. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hey, Sarah. Uh, what? This is such a perplexing problem. If only I could read this. All right, well, one of these is probably a skill, right? They all coincidentally are not skilled. Same problem again. Perks missing a setter. It shouldn't be in this case because we have Jason include here. Oh, wait. Oh, that is the problem. You're right. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Okay. Thank you. I'm going to write this here because this is really important. You have a property like this. I'm just going to write it like this. You have a property like that. It will be serialized but not deserialized because you need to have private JSON include. Not deserialized, you need to have private site, yeah. Okay, so now we fixed it all. So it turns out there was no problem. Well, there was a problem. There was no problem with how we're rendering stuff. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Just ignore that, ignore that. Look at that. We got our values here. Okay, so now how do we test this? The rogue naturally can dodge, so it's going to be hard to test, I guess, unless we go into here, because then we'll have more enemies. So if we see them dodge before they cloak, nope, they didn't dodge there, so let's just flee and try again. Speed it up a little bit. No. It's a 1 out of 20 chance, and they attack 3 times at once. So we should see the word dodge within another few attempts here. And that would prove that we actually loaded in some dodge value. So far it hasn't happened. I should probably just raise it. Yeah, why am I doing this? We could test it much more easily by searching for all the 0.05s and just change this to 55%. There. Now when we load the game, we have 55% dodge. Get rid of that breakpoint. Yeah, so there's 55% dodge. That should be very obvious now. Still nothing. I know it dodged at the end, but I had stealth for that. Yeah, there we go. 2 dodges. Okay, I was going to say, we had 3 trials of weighted dice rolls, 55% chance, and they still didn't work. And before that, we had 15 trials of 5%. So I was like, we must have messed something up. But yeah, then it started working. This is why when it comes to probability, you got to pick a number that's going to happen pretty quickly. I probably should have chosen 85%. And it would have been pretty clear. Whew. Okay, so make sure loading stats is correct. Make sure the order is correct. All right, you ready for what's possibly the last very difficult thing we have to do? This is all done. Get this working for twists. Okay, so what do we do for this? We save... Oh, we could probably delete all the save data that I did and just serialize with Jason again. Oh, man. Okay. What time is it? Oh my God, it's almost 3. Okay, the time just flew by. But this has been good. I can still work for a bit. Oh, I should probably take a break pretty soon, but let me at least try to figure this part out. So somewhere in the code, I have a to-do item. This says make this private again. Why is this here? Oh, all I needed to do is, yeah, it can be, wait, no. Because something else accesses this, doesn't it? No, it doesn't. Yeah, fine. We can just make it private with no concern whatsoever. Do they have the calzone yet? Yeah, I saw it in the Kirkland one. And I can't remember if I saw it in the Redmond one. It seems to be everywhere but Southern California. It'll probably make its way there eventually. Although I am kind of surprised because it doesn't feel like there should be a rollout time. Unless maybe it takes a different kind of machine. Yeah, maybe it does. I don't know. Hey, Mosa. Someone's getting in the zone, the low-cal calzone zone. All right, well, that was one to-do item. What about the other ones? These aren't even the things I was supposed to do. That's the one I'm supposed to do. That one we can ignore for now. Okay. I know my dinner plans. I mean, I don't know all of them. You should probably call them up or something. So, town perk choice save data. How will this work? We need a type discriminator. And we can't have it in save data. We need to just load the town perk choice tracker. This might be a big change. Challenge mode perk choice. Wouldn't we just save this? All right, I'm debating on something that I shouldn't be debating on. Let's check this in for now, and then let's go work on the next bit of this, which is I think what we have to do, I should probably stop using save data classes for all of this stuff and just directly save the full tracker classes and annotate with JSON include. Oh, that is a rapid Mongo cat thing. Look at that thing. How's it going so fast? Okay, so that looks good. I got to be very careful about reading through all this stuff. And I should probably keep track of what we're doing. Persist all trackers other than for twists. Okay, good. Perk choice trackers save data, adventure, perk choice trackers save data. Ah, this is such a pain. Such a pain. This works, it's just we didn't need to do things this way. All right, JSON include private set, get set, that's good. Okay, yeah. I mean, so far, so good, or at least as good as it could be, considering that I probably should have done things differently. Yeah, this looks fine too. Only override this is blah, blah, blah. I'm probably going to gut all of this. What's this? Deleted is what it is. And this isn't needed. Shouldn't this turn yellow? Hello, yellow. Why are you not yellow? Or underlined, squiggly with yellow, I mean. Why isn't this yellow? Do I need to reload VS Code? There should be a little squiggly underline here, if I'm not mistaken. So if you give it another 10 seconds, I bet it's going to appear. There it is. Now we can delete you. All right, let's keep looking through these. So yeah, this isn't needed anymore, but this is. So we delete this one. Looks good. Again, this isn't needed, but that looks good. We have a private setter there, yeah. Save data, we need this one. This is for the adventure perk choice. This isn't needed. Looks good. Oh man, just can't. Okay. Sorry again, this is one of the few things it's very hard to commentate as I'm doing. Reviewing my own code or reviewing someone else's code. I'm trying to make sure everything is fine here. Things are looking pretty good. Delete all of this. Okay, we have what, like 7 more files? That's not too bad. Yep, delete all of that. Maybe I looked at that a little too fast. No, that's fine. Town save data, I changed a bunch of little things here. Main, I don't care about this at all. Town, very few things changed in the town. Just some basic saving and some basic loading. Yep, looks pretty nice. Looks good. Well, this is technically separate, I guess. And then twist history, also technically separate. Okay, so now where's my commit message here? I don't really like how I did this. I made a bunch of save data classes and explicit save/load functions rather than relying on JSON serialization. And then here we'll check this in as remove unused imports. Okay, so that brings us to this. No, actually it brings us to taking a break. Is it jump time? It's jump time. hello again. GG. Close the game. So get this working for twists. Let's see what we can do. I think this might be a mega commit. Because ideally what we're doing here is we're just saving. Actually, ideally, we just don't even have these functions to begin with. We're just saving directly a town per choice tracker. I kind of want to try that. You can stream for 3 minutes more. That's exactly what I should be doing. Exactly what I should be doing. Have you seen those scorpion chairs that I talk about every once in a while? Scorpion computer chair. These things are the way of the future. These are what people need to buy. Oh man. Imagine having someone over, which I think if you're buying a chair like this, you're probably not having someone over to show this stuff to every once in a while, but having someone over and being like, hey, check this out. And then you try to have them look over your shoulder, but they keep getting like jabbed by all these metal things. Like, hey, look at this on my monitor. It's like the what was that called in the Game of Thrones? Was it the Iron Throne? Yeah, the Iron Throne. Okay. So we're going to make it so that all these things can be serialized. Then we're serializing these instead of some other thing. That'll be fun, right? Won't that just be a jolly good time? So town per choice tracker. We just delete the save data from all of these, I guess. And remove from here too. Okay, that was step 1. Step 2 is to add in the polymorphic type data. JSON type resolver. Did I already do this? I did not do this. Perk choices. Oh, I got these two. Oh, man. Yeah, fine. Let's get rid of this. Okay, so else if JSON type info type is equal to what, perk choice tracker? Set up perk choice trackers. Okay. Paste. Well, I guess don't paste anything. Just do this. Perk mo or perk whatever I called it trackers. Yeah, now we have a few of them. So let's copy paste this down to here. All right, so we're gonna have town perk choice tracker. Yeah, just fill the rest out for me. Cool. All right, now where's the error here? This? What? Oh, no. Oh, I couldn't have. Ooh. I pressed F12 on that. It didn't show up. So, oh, no, it did show up. I just thought that was a generated file. Whoops. I guess just make it public then. But then we should probably do one of these. Yeah, I should probably amend the last commit. I pushed it already, didn't I? I did. Okay, well, whatever, then that's broken. Well, let's just ignore that for now. Let's go back to what we were doing. So what's next? To make all of these work? Okay, that shouldn't be too bad, right? Perk choices, we put a JSON include here. For all of these, we're going to make sure we have setters. So we do for that one. This is not needed. This is definitely needed. This is needed. And that's it, right? This is not, we don't save this, yeah. In fact, I want to ignore this. Shouldn't I ignore half of these things? I should probably go look through that. see if we're saving too much data. I may need to JSON ignore some properties. I'm pretty sure there's a JSON ignore, right? Yeah, there is. I think we need to use that, but I won't do that yet either. So there's this one. This one should be done. Now we go search for all of the things that inherit from it. So let's start with this one. Reroll tokens, definitely want to include that. I want to include this, and that's that. Cool. Next up is adventurer. We have nothing to save here. Then battle perk choice, again, nothing to save. And then building per choice, nothing to save. Do we care about having 40 already merged branches from PRs? Like keeping them around? No, we don't. It's just not a, it's never been a priority to do anything about that. But we should probably just delete them all. Okay, so that's for the trackers. Will this just magically work? No, because town doesn't know about it. So all this save data. I should probably change how these save first before I change how they load. Yeah, so this save data should just be deleted. And then this needs to be deleted? No, why is it not working? Oh, I see. Yeah, just delete that. Cool. Okay, that looks a lot nicer. Now we go down to the other errors and we fix these. And we just keep fixing stuff and fixing stuff and fixing stuff. This has private setters on it. So I guess UI.menu.load trackers, save data. Isn't there already a load from save file somewhere? Although doesn't that need to happen in the right order? There is right there. But yeah, I think we need to load the trackers from here. So let's delete these and go make this function. And then bump this to wherever it needs to be. I didn't want to do this way, but I also wanted to keep what's on my clipboard. Oh my God, why are there so many private functions here? There we go. Yeah, I didn't expect it to take that long. Okay, so now we delete all the UI.menu stuff. And we just set this equal to these. Why is this a problem? Because of save data? And now what's the problem? Cannot implicitly convert. An explicit conversion exists. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Also, this is not a smart idea, huh? I am just realizing now that this might have been very dumb. Because we're going to be doing this on an instance that will no longer exist. How very, very stupid of me. Hmm. I wonder what I should do about this. Because if I override this here, like normally we make a new one of these in ready. Ideally, we'd be able to load right after ready, and then it wouldn't matter at all what we're doing. But that's not how this works. Yeah. Yeah, this would be a mess. I guess we could just call initialize again. We could delete the town menu. No, all this is kind of stupid, the way I'm thinking about doing this. Don't we have this pattern somewhere else, though? I could just initialize these things after loading. Uh, well, anyway, let's fix these lines. Not that this really helps. Building per choice tracker. There. Yeah, this is going to be problematic. I wouldn't have even realized this if it hadn't been erroneous, though. What do we do? So, okay, if I run this, I think it'll run. I think it'll fail completely because now whenever I choose stuff, it's not even going to know that I clicked anything. So if I click new game and then I click this, it's not going to do anything. What? Does it work? What? Okay, let's put a breakpoint there and let's put a breakpoint in load. Automated test is card apps. Yeah, that would be nice. Because I don't know what's going on right now. Oh, I never loaded the game. I just made a new game. Oh, yeah, of course that's going to work. Drat. That didn't test anything. So I need to save this and then load. Yeah. Hey, Moscow Busto. Thank you for the resub. Happy half year. Now we have a problem. Okay. Yeah, now we don't even show these things in the menu. Which is wild. I don't know why we delete them. Abby. You want to come over? Abby. She's sulking. She's going to walk past the door. She'll be back. She'll want attention soon enough. Okay, so the part I don't understand. Oh, maybe there's a. No, there's no bug. The part I don't understand is why would these buttons disappear? Like, what if I just never did this stuff? Because that on its own shouldn't be an issue, right? Am I using any engine or something custom? I'm using Godot. Okay, so we get that, that's fine. Now everything's showing again. Huh, so just making a new town perk choice tracker is messing everything up? I wonder why. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I know that by overwriting this, we're going to have something else that's listening to events that doesn't really exist. Wait a second, though. Hold on a sec. Hold on. Don't these get added somewhere? No, they're not added. They're not. They don't work that way. Oh, hold on. This might be a little bit easier than I thought then. Because we just need to modify the trackers, not everything else. I'm just not sure why the buttons are disappearing when we do this. That's the part that doesn't make sense to me. Let's get rid of these breakpoints. Yeah, they're consistently gone. So what if I don't do it for the battle perk choice tracker? Does this one magically end up working then? I'm still not certain how there could be no error in the console, but we're not showing a certain button in the UI. Yeah, it's okay. So what is there some other no, just a private setter. There's no other code that runs. Oh, I think I know. Yeah, these events are probably what's responsible for making these buttons show up in the menu. I just got to figure out what the buttons are called and then I can confirm whether that's the case. So what is it? Battle perks? Battle perks. Here it is. Update battle perks button. Oh, yep. It's using the old tracker. Okay, got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Ah, won't this be fun? Oh, man. So we would need to initialize all these things, run all these events, and then call all of these things. I mean, I could write a function to do that stuff. I don't know if this is incredibly stupid, though. I'm going to go with it's mildly stupid. Testeroni. Okay, so in the testeroni function, we are going to put all of this stuff, bloop, and then all of this stuff. So just slide that on down here and then call that from init, which I guess we only need to call if we're in challenge mode. The rest of this stuff shouldn't matter at all, right? Nah, doesn't really matter either way. And then call it from here. Okay. This just seems so dumb. Does it work? Oh my God, I think it works. I don't know what I've done today, but I'm going to need to sleep for a long time tonight. My brain is turning to slush. All right, so we have expanded armor shop. Let's just take a picture. Spicy cooking, stalking frenzy. Let's save. Let's load. Do we have those same things? No, they broke. All right, so I'm guessing we don't load something. Let's take a look at that. Expanded armor shop. Ability ID. Expanded armor shop. 156. Is that in the save file? No. Well, that's not good. Town perk choice tracker. It doesn't have any perk choices? Okay. Wait. No, we just don't save things that way anymore. Its choices are there. And yes, we don't have any. Okay, so this is super messed up. The perk choices are supposed to be this. I have them JSON included. Maybe this doesn't know how to include them? Ah, yeah, that's the problem. So town perk choice. This is purely public, but it's just a getter. So I guess we need to make it a setter. Yeah, and then JSON included. Get. Can we just do get set equals ability ID? Parameter is captured in a state and is also used to initialize blah, blah, blah. Ah, yes. How silly of me. So now we need to change all of these to be ability ID like that, and that'll go away. Okay, that's some progress. Now we need to do that another few times. Yeehaw. Oh, that was easy. All right, now what? This? And then perks. And then this. Anything else? Generated abilities. I'm going to put JSON include here, but we need the setters still. Get. Oh, private set. What am I doing? Equals positive ability. Same thing should be done here. Why is this highlighted? Feature field keyword. Oh, whoops. Yeah. Did I do that correctly for the other one? No, I didn't. That should have been private set. That right? I guess we'll find out if that's broken. But I probably messed up something else, so let's go look through the whole commit. Just search for git. We can't even do that. Okay, fine. I'll just scroll down and see where I modified any of these. So far, none. Here's one. Private set, that's fine. Private set, good. And that was it. That was it. Yeah, that was it. Okay. Still so far so good. Did I get all of the perk choice trackers? There was nothing to do for them. And then did I do all of the perk choice, which I think is called challenge mode perk choice? Yes, yes, yes. Yep, yep. Those shouldn't even exist. Okay, yeah, everything looks fine. So this is that it wouldn't load in the perk choices correctly, but now everything should work. So now we should see that screenshot without me having to resave the file. So whatever this is, expanded armor shop and spicy cooking. Does it work? No. But maybe it's because it didn't save correctly. Yeah, that's probably why. Maybe. Let's rerun it. I didn't need to rerun it. I just needed to start a new file. Oh well, doesn't matter. Thankfully, it's a very easy repro. We click this, we just take a new screenshot, and then we save and load. And it failed. And it failed here. Deserialization of types without a parameterless constructor. Where might you be? It's not going to tell me what the type is. Oh, there it is. Challenge mode perk choice. This one's fine. It doesn't know how to construct these. I've made a grave mistake. I've made a grave mistake. Okay, so if we wanted to have a parameterless constructor so that this could deserialize automatically, and I got rid of this, we need to pull in adventurer battle perks from somewhere, which would mean you could construct this thing without it ever having the property it needs. I wonder how JSON constructor attribute works. Actually, no matter what, this is going to be problematic, right? Because at the time that we deserialize, we don't have access to this. What do we do? What do we do to fix this? Because it's saying this is a problem here, but it's going to say the exact same thing for several of the other instances of this. This is going to be a problem. This is going to be a problem. This will be a problem. This will be a problem. Yeah, they're all going to be problematic. Now let's copy the error. I wonder how we would do this. We could partially construct them and then inject any other data into them that they need afterward, but then they're in an incomplete state until that data has been injected. I don't like that idea. Problem is that I'm saving something like this. We can't deserialize because there's no parameterless constructor. Hey John, how's it going? I hope everything's going well. I'll have to get the captain then. Welcome in Sigma, and hey John. I hope you had a good stream. I am worn down by today. Hey Ninja. I've been working on okay, let me back up a step. I added challenge mode about probably a month and a half or 2 months ago, and then we've been revamping the whole thing. And I'm trying to get a game to I can't even do this, huh? I'm trying to get a game to reload. Oh, thank you, Ninja. I'm trying to get a game to load from inside of this thing, but I'm saving like as little as possible. And it's making things a little bit hard to do. So anyway, that's what we're working on. What's new with your game? How's everything going? Also, feel free to share a link. The problem of the minute is this. So I have some classes that take in some data, and there's no automatic deserialization from JSON here. So I need to give it, I wonder how this works. You probably just specify how something should be constructed. Let's take a look. When placed on a constructor, indicates that the constructor should be used to create instances of the type on deserialization. They show an example of this. No, of course not. Just don't ever do it again. Yeah, Monkey Circle. Yeah, this is going to be a problem, huh? They show an example here. Constructor with JSON constructor attribute. Do I have notes on this? I do. Oh, wait a second. Hold on. Is this slightly different from what I thought it was? Getting close to early access, so a lot of overtime? Yeah, man, you're already doing a lot of overtime, it felt like. Is all the localization stuff done? Thank you too, Wonky Circle. And who cares? 10 months. Yeah, 5/6 of a year. Don't be not sorry. Interesting. I wonder if this is the problem that I had here that I just didn't realize. But how would I construct one of these things if not for this? Let me look at my save file again. Adventurer, perk choice. Type adventurer. It's this that's failing. We don't even have adventurer class being saved, do we? It's included though. Why isn't it there? Huh, weird. Hey, Jackson. Well, anyway, let me go find Steam. Gonna find John's game. I'm gonna link it in. That'll show him. Wait, what? Why can't I find? Huh, that's weird. Huh. All right, I will find it through the Twitch page. That'll show him. Got it. And got it. All right, there's John's game from my chat. Rise of Piracy. And for John's chat, here's my game, which I'd love to just show you now, but then I'll have to relegate to a trailer because we're in a broken state right now. It's fighting with my computer. Computer won. So next battle tomorrow. You'll beat it tomorrow. And good night, Leap Your Girl. This is the issue, right? I don't think it's exactly that. Launch a playtest from Steam. I don't really want to. I don't want to spend too long going into it, I guess. Did I just hear a raid sound again? I can't tell. I don't see any raids in chat, so I'm guessing no. But if someone did raid me, please say something in chat. That's all I saw was John's. All right, anyway, adventure perk choice. So we're not saving the thing that I expect to be saving here. I wonder if I need to just go back into this thing. The thing is, I don't even have any choices there. Maybe that's the problem. Now it's saying that I can't even load. All right, let's just delete this file. That'll teach it. So now it'll recreate the file, but it'll be empty this time. And now when I click this, we can start a new run. And then it's going to break. I hit save, and what happens? Adventure, perk choice, tracker, save data. I should be able to just load this file, right? It worked. Okay, but then when I click town perk and it doesn't work. Expanded weapon shop was the first thing. Yeah, that definitely doesn't work. And what if I click higher? The warrior and archer, and I hit save and then load. And I'm guessing that's broken too. Yeah, of course. Of course. Of course it's broken. Man, this is so difficult. So we initialize these again, set all these things up, update all these buttons. But then don't we have something else we need to do here? Maybe not. Or maybe the order that these things happen in will matter. No, I can buy this here. And it gave me the perk. So it doesn't know what data it should have in it. Does it save that? Because didn't I save the adventurer choices? I tried to. It didn't work. Hey, Sugash. I'm doing pretty well. It's been a very, very productive day. Oh, here's where I should be saving it. It's been a productive day. I'm just still working through this stuff, and it's taking longer than I thought. We have perk choices here. I'm messing something up. I don't know what it is. Town perk choice, building, adventurer. And that's getting saved, right? Yeah, adventurer right there. What am I missing? 4 a.m. and you're trying to be productive? Wow. You went to sleep, right? I can't tell what I'm missing. Unless I have the wrong base class here. No, I don't have the wrong base class here. Huh. Okay. Well, what could it possibly be? Maybe something in here? Oh, it is something in here. Whoops. Oh, whoops. Okay. Yeah, whoops. All right. So challenge mode perk choice, we got to do that. Set up. I guess this is, yeah, perk choices could be fine. I'll call them challenge mode perk choices. It'll be just like the trackers. Okay, so what do we need? We need everything that inherits from that. Which is adventurer. Whoops. Adventurer, battle, building, town, trade-off. Yeah. Okay. Should be easy enough to go add. Set up challenge mode perk choice trackers. So we need adventurer. And I'll just paste in the other ones. Adventurer, battle, building. town and trade off. Okay, I'm basically trying to see the AI, so I don't need to type all these things out. And it worked. Great. So now we try running this, and now it should actually save this stuff, I hope. What part am I working on today? Oh, gonna sleep for 4 hours and catch a flight. I see. Yeah, I'm working on the save file stuff. And I think we're getting there. It's hard to tell. So let's save this. Let's load. And let's click town. No, that's not how this works. I need to save here and then load. And if it worked, it didn't. But is it saving them correctly, I wonder? And it's just not loading them correctly? No, it's not even saving them. Also, we have a bunch of extra save data here that I've got to delete at some point. Okay, so this part I don't understand why this isn't working. If I go into town perk choice tracker, this inherits from here. This has challenge mode perk choice set up with JSON include. It's got a setter. That's fine. This doesn't have technically anything, but the inherited classes do. And town perk choice is one of them. And it has the ability ID here. So that should be all it takes to do this. I guess it's because I think it might be because there's no way to construct this thing if we don't have a town. I'm not certain, but we're not saving things, so that part doesn't make sense to me. It would be a problem with loading if that were the issue. And I just don't see what's going wrong here. It's got to be some issue I did over here, right? Perk choice tracker has the perks, and then challenge mode perk choice. Yeah, it has this, and we have both of these set up. And this thing has adventure perk choice, town perk choice, yeah. Wow, wild. Trackers are there too. I don't know why this isn't saving now. Okay, I have an idea. It's because I'm still pulling from the wrong trackers, maybe. So I bet if I start a new game and then click this and then save, it might work. Okay, it did better. Yeah, it did save it. Okay, I see. I see what's going on. And I'm guessing loading is still going to break. Yeah, and that's going to break with the parameterless constructor thing. Yes. Okie dokie. And I got ability ID and save data. I wonder if it's the save data that's going wrong here. What if I just delete that and try loading? The game is already loading. Cannot load it again. That's too bad. I mean, I guess I can just restart the whole thing. No, now it's going to fail because of the same problem. Okay. Well, I think I painted myself into a little bit of a corner here. What engine am I using? Hey, Zikalita, I'm using Godot. And welcome in. Hope you're having a good foray into the dev world. Yeah, I'm hitting a couple of issues here. JSON constructor. We need a JSON constructor that just takes in the ability ID, I guess, because that's all we're going to have. And if I made one of those, I guess this would be fine. Town perk choice. Although if I made one of those, then this won't work for a different reason. Can I even do this? Public town perk choice. Ability ID, ability ID. Is this going to complain because I have a default constructor? This constructor initializer. What? I've never heard of that. Oh, I see. I've got to do it like this. This null ability ID. Cannot convert null literal to non-nullable type. Sure, but ignoring that for now. If I just tag this with JSON constructor, all of my woes will go away. They won't really. I won't have the town because I'm nulling it out here. But at least I won't get that error, and I'm guessing we'll be able to load from the file. But this gets me into the same problem that I had before, which is, do I inject in the town later? Yeah, so now it did an error. So the problem with saving entire trackers is that the choices themselves need extra data to be valid, e.g. the town for town perk choice. We can make a JSON constructor that omits the town, but then we would need to add it later. Would that be so bad? It's very weird, so I don't like it. Yeah, it's very weird. Because at the point of deserialization, we won't have the town. So then we finally get to the point where we load this stuff in. And one of the very first things we need to do is tell all of the perk choices these things, tell them what the town is. It's not a good idea. How's your Colmax speed so far? You know, I haven't measured it in a while, so it's hard for me to know if it's still getting faster. But I do feel more comfortable with it now than, say, 6 months ago. So I must be getting slightly better still. I still kind of wonder if it's faster than QWERTY. Hey, Spherophoria, welcome in. Happy raid, everybody. How'd the stream go? I am out of it. I'm very out of it. I've been beaten down by the day's work. Spent so much time on Dvorak as a teenager. Do you still use it? Or are you on QWERTY now? I'm not convinced it's fast enough to warrant not being able to use other computers. I went back. I see. My general takeaway has been going from layout A to layout B, no matter what two layouts they are, you'll probably gain a speed boost if you were typing poorly in layout A, because you're going to be learning now from scratch and you're probably going to be paying attention to it, and you probably have a reason to try it because it's a keyboard and people don't just normally learn two layouts. But if you were already typing pretty quickly in layout A, like if this is already pretty fast, then I don't think it's probably worth it to switch. And that was my experience, at least. I was pretty fast at QWERTY, and now I switched to Colmac DH. And I'm still using Colmac DH, and I kind of wonder, should I try going back to QWERTY? I can still use regular computers and everything. I just don't know about the fluency of typing with this. Thankfully, a lot of my shortcuts for navigation are unchanged. So like this is the copy key, and that's still C, but paste is actually on D now. So I press nav D to paste, because that's the key it is on every other computer, even though now it's D and not V. I could see an argument if it hurts your hands. Yeah. The hand strain and pain thing I could see potentially helping. Although still, I think probably just doing some strength training is best there. You could finally play games with WSD. Yeah, that's right. I wonder how hard it'd be for me to switch back on this keyboard. But yeah, so everyone who just came in, I've been working on Skeleseller. The basic game's been around for a while now. There's a demo that's available. But what we've been working on lately has been challenge mode. And challenge mode is something you unlock after beating the main game. And it has this concept of meta progression. So when you do a run, you're going to pick a difficulty level. And as the run levels go up, you'll have more and more constraints here. So it's kind of like Slay the Spire in that case. But unlike Slay the Spire, when you lose or when you win, you're going to get these meta perks that you can get that'll help you in future runs. So Slay the Spire has the concept of you getting like, I think 15 more cards per class. But those cards aren't necessarily better, and they're not exclusive to those unlocks. There are ways of getting them sooner, I think. But these are just like straight up every single run you'll be slightly better, because you start with a weapon shop with more storage in it, or you start with the garbage slime has seek food. So it's meant to be a pretty casual challenge. It's not really too much of a challenge. And actually, even if you go into this, you can see there are medals that you get by winning. There's the time breakdowns up here, gold, silver, and bronze. But if you don't get any medal, you still get some experience points. So you could just ignore the timer if you want to, and you'll probably eventually beat every single challenge, and it probably won't even feel that challenging to you. So yeah, it's meant to add some replayability. The thing we've been working on lately has been save files. And I just can't easily set this stuff up. So I need to think of what we're going to do here. And I could go back. If I just undo all of this code that I made, I could go back to a case that was working. First of all, I probably should undo this at least. Or check this in, I mean, not undo this. This part, and then there's one other thing that uses that. I think it's in here. And this needs to be capitalized somewhere. Yes, this. Hey, Clonk. How goes it? Hey, how's your journey going, Clonk, to getting... I don't know how to say this in a way that'll connote the right thing, but like stream fame. Because honestly, the more I think about it, the more I think if you want to get fame as a programming streamer, you need to talk about programming instead of actually do programming. And it seems like you want to program. And I don't know. I know you didn't even ask for my opinion, but, and I hope I don't sound like a naysayer here. I think people want to watch projects at the beginning and at the end. So you either come up with very short projects or you go like the YouTube route of making longer projects that are really insightful and impressive, but then they take you like a month or two and you're kind of in the dark for that time. And then people are watching the journey, but they're not like super interested in the journey. A different kind of model can succeed, but of course, this is a big question. Yeah. I think there's some unexplored space. But I think in general, whenever I've thought about like, when have I seen spikes in viewership myself? When have I don't know, when have I seen other people gain popularity? It's mostly been like tech news related stuff or tech opinions. And then for me, it was doing small, like relevant projects for people. I guess projects relevant for people, which typically means either basic stuff, popular stuff, or tutorial stuff. No, you're not distracting. Also, I asked you. I said, how's the journey going? It's not like you just randomly brought this up, and even if you had, it would have been fine. I'm fried right now. My brain is cooked. I don't think I'm going to make the progress I want to make for the rest of today, which I think is just a little bit of a shame because I did want to get this stuff done today. Yeah. I still wonder if there's a way to get this idea to work. I need to think about this some more. Stop distracting us. Yeah, see, that's the real problem. Okay, so fix bug in prior commit. I forgot to keep a property public. Cool, so check that in. So yeah, I'll write down what we have as an issue here. Problem with saving entire trackers is the choices themselves need extra data to be valid. E.g. the town for town perk choice. Then we need to add it later. What else do we even do about this? This is what I kind of wonder about. I don't like the idea of a partially correct instance of a class being around. Distracting me from my boring business software. My guess is that there's an underserved audience who are looking for something different. Who knows if this is actually real, but I found a bunch of these people so far and I'm convinced there are many more. I think this kind of comes down to Twitch growth versus other platforms. I think you could become popular on Twitch if you pull people in from other platforms, and then it's a matter of finding them. But then there's also the what's this called? I don't know, like an equilibrium point. So let's say you want 100 concurrent viewers. You would probably need like plus, I don't know, I'm just gonna make up a number here, like plus 12 followers per day to offset the like 2 to 3 people who will stop watching you today or something like that. You know, there's a number that's greater than 0 so that you're just staying the same as a streamer. And then if you want to grow, you've got to exceed that amount. So it's like, where are you getting these people from? And it's probably not on Twitch. And then I think, okay, well, what platforms would you pull those people from? And it's probably like YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Reddit, maybe some other places. Anyway, the thing that I noticed when I was doing the original Adam Learns content back in like 2020, the projects that were the most popular were the Minecraft thing that I did. And do I still have that projects page? Yes. I didn't do very many of these. Yeah, it was probably like Minecraft and maybe the Godot thing, maybe some of the web dev stuff I did. Web dev, maybe Godot. And that's kind of what brought me back to that whole, I don't think I still have it open. But yeah, the thing about like basics or popularity or the tutorial content. Anyway, I wish you luck, and you know, I'll raid occasionally and try to help you out. I think it's an uphill battle, and I just like talking about it because I've thought about it a lot. And I know I've asked you in the past, like, is this something you actually want? And you said it is. It's not something I would want. Hey Maya, how'd your stream go? Insights appreciated. Well, I'm glad. Because I don't want to come off as a super negative person with that. Raid message. Yeah, welcome in. Whoops, I shouted out the wrong person. I'm sorry. My brain is so overworked right now. Oh man. I'm sorry, Maya. That was meant to be a shout out for you. I don't even think you're allowed to shout out now after. You must wait 1 minute 39 seconds before giving another shout out. Okay, yeah, sorry. Everyone go follow Maya. I mean, also follow Clonk. They're both good streamers. Overworked. Yeah, just today in particular, I've been working on some very challenging stuff. The way I kind of look at work is there's a certain level of mindfulness involved. So like, let's say you're, I don't know, renaming files. It's like, that's probably a 1 out of 10. And now let's say you're refactoring some major system. That's probably like a 10 out of 10. Today's work was probably like a 7 out of 10 on the mindfulness scale. Just the amount of energy it took to do this stuff. And I streamed for long enough today where I'm like, I'm not going to be effective any longer. So all I want to do now is kind of document what do I need to do next time, and then maybe try to figure out a little bit about how I would do it, but not actually write any more code. I did get a lot done. Unfortunately, it's pretty difficult to show off because a lot of it's broken right now. I'll see if I can kind of show a little bit of it. Maybe. So yeah, I've been working on this challenge mode thing. And we got it so you can save all these meta perk things. So if we don't actually have any points, but if I had some points, then we can put them in here, and then it would save this stuff correctly. It would save the difficulty level you're on, and you could start a run. And I got most of the saving here working too, but I just recently broke something. So if you get a perk in the game and then you were to save right now, so like I haven't even chosen an option yet, it should present you with these same 3 options when you come back. And I was working on improving this, and that's when I broke everything. At least it's a good exhausted. Yeah, I got a lot done, but I did want to get done with this whole thing today. And what do I still have left to do? Get this working for twists and then do like another page full of stuff. I don't even think it was super overly hopeful for me to get all this done. I think I just got stuck for a little too long. Yeah, because a lot of this is already kind of done, or something we can maybe ignore for now. Build everything is ignored. Make sure we save this. Yeah. I feel like we were so close. But yeah, I'm not totally sure. I guess this is basically pointing to that we don't do things the way I'm trying to do them here. Yeah, I think the right way to go about this is to go the save data route. Do I have anything else written in here about JSON constructor? No. Yeah, so my problem at a high level is we have a bunch of classes that their only constructors take in parameters. And not all of the parameters can be saved to a JSON file because some are references to other things. So it means that we can't deserialize and have these things get populated immediately. Yeah, because there's just supposed to be data, not references. So we either have partial references or we save just the bits we need to save and then we repopulate them later. And I think I'm going to go with that repopulate them later route. Otherwise, we would need all constructor parameters at the time of deserialization, or we would need to keep objects in a partial state. I don't like this. Did you make a lot of progress today, Maya? I always feel like these are like value judgment questions, and I don't intend for them to be that way. Like, oh, you can only measure your day in progress. Like, did you have fun? Is also another question I could have asked. But progress is on my mind, so that's what I'm asking about now. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to undo what I did here. And then I guess the thing we should do before I do this is figure out how I'm gonna save these twist trade-off perk choices. I guess we can just save their abilities. Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm doing. I just don't have a way of reconstructing this. Although even then, shouldn't I have a way of figuring that out? Hang on a second. Maybe I like drastically overcomplicated this. Let's go back in time. Back to the land before time. Back when a bunch of talking dinosaurs could tell me what I did wrong with my code. The year is 1970. And stegosauruses are running rampant. I think we can just get stash all this stuff. Maybe not that one. Well, maybe we just type that one again. Main.cs, yeah. Let's open this up and then revert it. And then what are the last two files there? Did you change the menu UI? It's different from the demo. It might be different from what you saw in the demo, but now it looks very similar to the demo. So if you were to go to the Steam page, for example, I think you'll see this new UI, yeah. But yes, this is different from like a month ago, I think. Maybe a little longer than that, like a month and a half, but it's pretty recent. Yeah, it looks a lot better. All right, how do you stash with a message? Git stash -m. And do we have any untracked files? No. Okay, so this is going to be failed attempt at serializing only via JSON and not save data stuff. And then just delete all of this. Okay, so now how do I figure out that I have a trade-off choice somewhere? Oh, and I published a demo. Yeah, wow, that was a while ago. Yeah, it's definitely changed since then. Okay, so now if I click buy and I save this and I load, we should have those same choices. Yeah, same thing with pretty much any of this other stuff like this. Farm and garbage slime, I save and I load. It should be farm and garbage slime, yeah. So this is now working. The thing that isn't working is if we ever got a twist. And I wonder if those are even saving correctly. Can I try that? Hold on, I think there's another bug here. Yeah, I think there is. Oh man, I didn't even realize this. I just thought about it now. So this save file has a null town. That's actually correct. But if I go save again, it's going to override that null town. That is a bug. Saving after completing a challenge mode run should leave town in the null state. Yeah. All right, what am I doing? What am I doing? Right, we're gonna go examine this because, no, wait, we didn't get a trade-off. Right. Okay, so let's click this a bunch of times and then a twist will show up there. And we're gonna click one of these. Let's pick the first one, fish give gold. And then let's save and see what happens. Now, can I search for fish? No, because it's gonna be fish give gold 167 I should be able to search for. Yes, there it is. But it does not show up in trade-offs. No. Why? Do we have a tracker for these? What tracks these? There's a generator. What? This just tracks arbitrary choices. Why? Something's wrong here, though. Yeah, something's wrong here. Oh, we don't have trade-off save data, do we? No, we do. Do we ever use it? No, we don't. Well, we do here, I guess. But then why didn't that get persisted? Trade-off perk choice save data. Save data override. Yeah, that should have worked. If it's in the tracker. Oh, it's not in here? Oh my God, I'm stupid. Okay, yeah, we just need to save this. Trade off. Okay, that will make it save, but it won't make it load. And I don't know what it's going to take to make it load. So I gotta click this and then this a bunch of times. I gotta cut this down. You shouldn't have to click this 10 times before you can do this. There we go. Okay, so enemy stat multiplier. Now we save. And now in the save file, we should see positive ability. No, still no. All right, what's enemy stat multiplier? Enemy stat 164. Wait, it's not even saving it in the town perk choice tracker? Oh. Oh. It's in twist. If we load, does it still show up in twist? No, of course not. But even the all perk stuff didn't show. Oh, something's terribly wrong. Oh, something's terribly wrong. It's a lot harder than I thought it would be. We don't populate the perks panel when you load from a save file. You still have the perks, but they don't show up there since you need to save all prior choices you made. This is also why we don't show twists. Yeah. Oh my goodness. All right. Yeah, there are a lot of problems. Modify this. Maybe use enumeration rather than a string to discriminate. Okay, so yeah, there are two problems right now. One, when you have a deferred choice of twists and you load the saved game, it won't show those choices correctly. There's a to-do in the code for this. And two is after picking a twist, we don't show it in your twist history because we don't store that history in the save file. Shouldn't we though? Yeah, it's right there. Twist chosen. I think we just need to save that. Probably just need to save twist history dot twist chosen. Yeah. So in deferring it, okay. All right, that was a no-go. So if we save this and we repopulate this, everything should be fine there. But the problem that we're going to have is this. We don't have a way of loading in the right save data. This won't get saved here at all. So let's try saving it when there's a twist there. And we'll see it, but we won't load it correctly, and it's probably going to break everything. There. Okay, so I'm going to take a picture of this. We're going to save that. And now we should see this in here. Yeah, here they are. So here are the trade-offs that we have. It doesn't even save their IDs. Oh, that's really bad. Really bad. Why? Why is that happening? Because we Jason ignore the ID? No, isn't that nice? Oh, man. I guess because in every other situation, we don't need the ID saved alongside this because we save it in some other way. Like here, for example. The type is how we save it. So we discriminate with the type. Interesting. Why doesn't that happen here then? Yeah, what? That's strange. There's the setup abilities thing right here. We get every ability, we get its type, and we store it with its ability ID. I bet this is because it's an abstract type. No, that doesn't make any sense. What showed up in the picture? Town perk cost? 166. Town perk cost. It's right here. It's its own ability. It's not abstract. It has a delta, which isn't getting saved. What is happening? Maybe we're not getting... Maybe we're not saving these things correctly. No, I don't know why we wouldn't be saving these correctly. I think what you're looking at is for reading, not writing. Or is it the same? I forget. Well, this is how we're getting the saved data right now. We're saving a positive ability equals something and a negative ability equals something. And that's what we're seeing here. Positive ability and negative ability. And what we're getting is just a reference to a generated ability. A generated ability is a player ability, which is a passive, which is a base ability. And then this is what should go into here. Like we add this specific derived type. Maybe we're not ever getting that type. Abby. Cat's always meowing. It might not know about this. I don't know why it wouldn't though. How about this? Let's just say if ID equals town perk cost and gt.print found ya. Oh, the cat is crying right now. She does this for a little bit and then usually she comes over and she just plops herself on my lap. Abby. Abby? Okay, I think she's trotting over now. Okay, so this is working, and then we have the type of this. What is the type? Yeah, it's town per cost. What's going wrong here? If I just do how do I serialize an ability? How do I test that? I don't know how to test that. Game saver, serialize. This gets the save data. And then what? This thing just knows how to persist itself? Yeah, I guess so. So I'm missing something somewhere? Town perk choice trackers save data. It has the base data, which has the perk choices. This is abstract. We get down to here. It has the abilities. I don't see a problem with this. Yeah, I don't see a problem with this. And the other thing too is like we have abilities component that we're saving. And this has a collection of base abilities here. Maybe that's, oh my God. Is that what we need to do? We just need to change this to base ability? Oh man, if that's it, then that's pretty easy. Yeah. That might have been the issue. Yeah, because it's finding, okay. I'm nearly positive this is going to solve this particular problem that we have. All right, now what's it saying? Deserialization of types without this. Trying to construct a base ability. Okay, so for this, we need to put... Oh, God. I think we need to change some things around. Because these abilities are typically constructed with a parameter, and now they won't have that parameter. So I need to specify which constructor they're supposed to use. Maybe I should just add generated ability to this. Challenge mode, make a new thing, sure. There, save. Ah, look at that. Okay, now we have some properties in there. Yep. This all looks good, but we're not loading them correctly anymore. And it's because it doesn't know how to load these into base ability. So I need to make a, oh man, I don't know how I'm going to do this. I need to make a generated ability or put this all for each individual thing that we have. So if I just try loading this, it's going to fail, right? Yeah, it failed. And it failed with unable to cast. Okay, well, we're going to have a couple of problems. There may be another problem with constructing the right abilities. It kind of feels like it loaded correctly. I'll take a look at just that, and then I think we got to be done with this. I gotta take a break. So where are we loading in challenge mode data? Here. I'm gonna put a breakpoint there, and we're gonna click load, and it's gonna break because it thinks I already tried loading a game. Okay, here it is. So now we just dip into this data, and we find town perk choice there. Base data, perks, negative ability. Yeah, constructed the abilities correctly. Okay, well that's good. So it thinks wait, it knows it's a trade-off perk choice save data? What? What? Oh, wow. I didn't know that. Then this should just be super simple, right? We don't cast this at all. We just go to perk choices. We call this a challenge mode perk choice save data. Generic save data. And then we say if this is town perk choice save data, then do that, I guess. And else do that. Trade off perk. And what does this take in? A positive ability and a negative ability? Positive ability. What, it's supposed to be just an ID? No, it's supposed to be the full thing. And what, also a town? Yeah. So we just need the negative ability. Why is this a problem? Cannot convert from base to generated. Don't we know that they're generated abilities? This is probably why I need to serialize these. I should probably add a JSON type resolver for generated abilities to remove this cast. So I think this to do is fixed. And I think we got this other part working now. That'll be impressive. So now we get rid of that. Go over to here. Click load. Click continue. Wow, it worked. All right, so if I pick one of these, does it work? Town perk cost minus 10. Unfortunately, I don't remember what the cost should have been, but it would have been 10 plus 15, 20, 25. So it'd go back down to 15 or 20, I think. It's 25 now. Doesn't sound right, does it? Does it show up in twist? It does. Minus 10. So the first one after the twist, this was 25. We're going to just try this again, and we're going to see what number that would have been. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay, no, it's correct. Yeah, so now the next one would be 35, but we had it say 25 before. So technically this problem is fixed. And then we just need to save this, and then that's pretty much it. So we basically worked through the difficult stuff. Oh my God. Okay. My brain. My poor brain. It requires Nutella ice cream. Oh man. I gotta go. I definitely have to go. Let me raid somebody. Abby? Wanna come over? Are we raiding? Let's pass it on to Fern. Never had it. I just made some last night. It's pretty good. Very easy recipe if you want me to share it with you. Feel free to ask me on Discord. Okay. Thank you all for watching. I'm exhausted. I'll be back tomorrow for just a morning stream, and we'll just pick up where we left off and keep working on saving stuff. I'm trying to get this playtestable as soon as possible. I really, really want to get feedback and make sure we're on the right track. So I shall see you all next time. Thanks for being here.